Hey everyone, it's Sunflower Spirit here, and I am here to do another reading. We're going to do the full moon in Capricorn. We're going to see what the energy is for everyone coming in for this full moon in Capricorn. So I'm going to start by taking some clarifying life situations to see what the overall energy is. So I hope you guys are doing well. The full moon in Capricorn was, I believe, Thursday. But the energy is still good. The energy is usually like a week or two after. There's like a week, there's like 2 weeks, 1 week before and 1 week after. And it's usually, but the full moon is like a monthly thing, obviously. So let's see, what is the energy for this full moon in Capricorn for everyone? What is the energy? We have um, duality dance, seek balance amid the chaos and find harmony within yourself. Um, so this is you might feel like you're in limbo or you're not sure what your next move is. You could feel like you're between the opposites, what Carl Jung called the tension between the opposites, which is a really uncomfortable place to be, but that's where everything wonderful happens, like growth and healing and epiphanies and all that good stuff. Let's get another one and see what else. We have sculpture of self. Shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perceptual act of forming and expressing identity. Oh, interesting. And do you see the duality on this one too? So there's something here where I feel like somebody's going through like a transformation of some kind. I feel like you or whoever this reading is for is going through transformation. On the back, we have higher wisdom, explore options, learn what you can, and expand your horizons. So this is about like kind of getting out of your comfort zone. So like I said, it's going to be uncomfortable in this dual place, and it looks like you're kind of like split between two parts of yourself. Maybe you're kind of looking into the shadow aspects of yourself and trying to figure out like who you are, which is a continual process for most people. There are like typical stages of development, but we all kind of go through a little bit of this like in certain periods of our life. So it doesn't just have to be like when you're a small child or something like that. So that's interesting that we have the duality. Let's see what comes out in the tarot and see if there's anything else that comes out with the tarot. I'm going to take Tarot of Mystical Moments. What does everyone need to know for this full moon in Capricorn, please? What does everyone need to know for this full moon in Capricorn? What is the energy for everyone? We have the Emperor. So it could be tried to maintain control, be strategic. It could also have to do with like work or just general stability overall, like financial stability or leadership, something like that. Let's see what else comes out though. Let's see if anything else. We have the Magician. Wow. So manifesting something. Somebody's manifesting something. I have Aries energy, and possibly Gemini energy here. Let's see what else. What else for everyone? We have the Ten of Wands, just kind of flew right out. And then, are they still in frame? Yeah. Then I had the Three of Wands. So somebody's holding on to their stability, trying to manifest something that has to do with, I would say financial stability or you're taking some sort of action with the Emperor and a Magician. Somebody's taking action with something. I feel like something has been a burden though. This has been really stressful. Maybe you're overextending yourself. I feel like some of you might be overextending yourself. You've been overextending yourself waiting for something to come in, waiting for something to happen. You have been planning though, and you are stable. But it's just been really stressful because I feel like you're not like giving to yourself. You're not balancing that out. Remember, we got the duality dance and sculpture of self. So needing to like balance yourself out with something. And then higher wisdom was under that. So really like paying attention to your intuition. Let's see what else we have. We have Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like there's something you've really been working hard to make happen. I feel like this could have to do with your work, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. There's some sort of strategy involved. And this does have to do with your physical world stability. There's something that you've been nurturing, you've been nurturing or investing into. It could be like a leadership role, or it could just be your overall stability, but you want to take action with something. There's something that you're here looking for. You're trying to get out of this burdensome energy, and you're waiting for the goals that you've set to kind of come to fruition, I feel like. Ace of Cups, manifesting wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, possibly love, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be like your overall emotional fulfillment. Definitely trying to manifest something here with that. Trying to take action with something you're taking action for, like your overall fulfillment. Something is changing, like, so you need to embrace change. They're calling you to embrace change here. Let's see what else we have. We have Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's been stressful in the past. I feel like interacting with people, connecting with people, I feel like you've really been like, maybe like you're researching or something, but it's been really stressful because you're kind of giving too much. You're giving too much in a cognitive way, like a thinking thought process way, or you're giving too much in a way of um, expressing yourself to others or talking to others about something. There's something that you need to like pull back your energy and reserve some of that energy for yourself so that you can have this transformation with this with this Ace of Cups. What else do we have? We have Ten of Cups. So yeah, you're looking for like some sort of fulfillment, overall fulfillment. Ten of Cups is like that happy family life. It could have to do with a relationship. It doesn't have to, but you're wanting to take control of the situation so that you could get wish fulfillment. Um, you are you've been burdened by, I feel like you're like just maybe overworking yourself, overextending yourself. You might have to talk a lot for your job. You either talk a lot, read a lot, or write a lot for your job, or all of the above. Um, and I do see kind of like work is affecting this just because we have the physical stability here with the Queen of Pentacles, and we also have the Emperor here. But you're wanting to take action with something so that you could get a certain result. The result that you're looking for is you want to release this burden, which is overextending yourself. So I think you're looking for some kind of work-life balance with this Ace of Cups here. You're trying to figure out like how do I find this work-life balance? Like how do I get to this point? How do I get to this Ten of Cups energy where everything I've invested gets me to a place where I feel peace and happiness with this? We have the Moon on the back. So again, another dualistic card. We have Cancer energy here. Um, Cancer or Pisces, but it doesn't really matter. You're going to have to be strategic again with the fox here. Do you see how there's like a fox sitting right beside her? I think that's a fox. So we're looking at strategy again. You really have to use your mind. I think you're going to have to use your inner wisdom. Remember, we got the, where is the card? The higher wisdom card. We got that higher wisdom card. So they're asking you to really get out of your comfort zone, think outside the box, really. I feel like you're going to have to do a little more reading or a little more researching. Something along those lines is kind of what I'm getting for you. But overall, this is like, it has to do with your physical stability, your financial stability, and also your ability to use all your resources to like really capitalize on the resources that you have, which you have everything. The magician has everything. They have the pentacle, the wand, the cup, and the sword. So how could you use these to your best, highest advantage, highest good? But let's see, we'll clarify and see if we could get a little bit more of a picture. I mean, pretty clear picture. It looks like you're going for some sort of peace. It looks like work-life balance. You're kind of trying to balance yourself out. But and I feel like you could be getting in your emotions with this, or this could be like a cyclical pattern of yours where you're like, you burn yourself out and then you're like, you work too hard and then you try to figure it out. And I feel like maybe you've never really, gotten through the cycle like to where you feel like you've been successful with it. I'm not saying you haven't been successful, but maybe you're like, maybe it's been harder for you to kind of like feel like you have been successful. But let's see. Because I do see success here. I do see success. And something is ending. I feel like there's something that you need to put to rest because we do have the two tens here and then we have the two aces, which shows me that there's like an ending and a new beginning, which I'm not surprised for like a full moon reading, honestly. But let's see, what is this Emperor about? Tell me more about this Emperor energy. We have the Page of Wands. Yeah, so there's something you're passionate about that you feel like you're a little newer at, but you feel like, once you kind of get it off the ground, this could really be something that works out for you. Again, needing to use that strategy. I do feel like the passion, the desire, the motivation is there, but it's just a matter of like figuring out, like strategizing your next move, basically. What's this Magician energy about, please? We have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I could feel that a little bit, like struggling a little bit. I feel like maybe a little resistance to the energy. I feel like you're still feeling like there's lots of obstacles that you have to overcome, which there probably are. Do you see how she's going over the water? So maybe there's something that you need to, like maybe it's water under the bridge. You need to like let that go and move past that kind of. Let's see what else we have for everybody. What is this Ten of Wands? For the Ten of Wands, we got the Five of Swords and Five of Wands. Ooh, yeah. So it's really been a struggle. Like it's been a struggle in your energy. It's been a struggle in your thoughts, your communication. Like I was saying, I feel like this feels like resentment to me. You feel resentful, but let me point something out to you. You're not the victim because you're the one plucking these flowers and putting them on your back. So, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be the bad guy here, but like you really aren't the victim because even though you've been struggling, you have kind of created this. And that's what they're showing you with the magician. Like so you just need to like overcome this with the Seven of Wands here. But yeah, it's been a struggle in the energy, struggle in your thoughts and your communication. I kind of got that earlier. What is the Three of Wands here for, please? What is this Three of Wands here for, please? Three of Wands for full moon and Capricorn energy. We have Death. Okay. So yeah, you put something in motion, but I do feel like you need to kind of like liberate yourself from the situation. I feel like this storm is lifting. Do you see how there's kind of like storm clouds above this person's head? Um, so the storm is lifting, but you do need to liberate yourself from something. Death is all about relief and release. So you need to release something so that you could get that relief. And I feel like maybe with the Three of Wands here, there's something that you've set into motion that you're like waiting for, but you're like holding on to it. Do you see how she's still holding on to the sailboat? Typically, the Three of Wands is like the person is looking over and the boat is coming in and the boat is on the water, but she's like, no, I'm holding on to it. So I think you need to let it go so that it can come back to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. Like that's what the Death, I think, liberate yourself so you can have freedom. There's still obstacles, but the obstacles are kind of behind you. And I feel like the storm is kind of lifting. The storm clouds have been lifted a little bit. So you're kind of out of the worst now. What is this Queen of Pentacles energy for everyone? And Death is Scorpio energy. We have Scorpio energy here. What is Queen of Pentacles? We have the High Priestess and the Ten of Wands again. Yeah, so you need to pay attention to your intuition. We have Pisces energy here. I feel like, okay, so your stability is related to something that you need to intuit. your physical world stability, whatever you're trying to strategize here, whatever you're motivated with, this has also been a burden for you. That's why we got those dual cards. That's why we got the duality dance and we got the um, sculpture of self. We got this duality dance and then we got this sculpture of self, and you can see the duality with the face, one part's light, one part's dark. Um, and so the reason that we're seeing that now is because you are being called to use your intuition with this so that you can have the stability. There's something that you have to nurture. There's something that you're being called to grow. There's something that you're being called to invest in, to cultivate. And but it's also been a burden for you. And so that's why it feels so uncomfortable right now, because you're like, wait, am I on the right track? Because why would this be a burden? Why would this feel so hard? Well, yeah, you can still be on the right track with things being hard like that. That's typically how it works, you know, and it'll be even more fulfilling to come through it on the other side because it has been such a burden. So you need to kind of lay down that burden. I do see like things ending though, just because with this, you know, we got these 10 of Wands twice, we have 10 of Cups, a lot of things ending here. Let's see what this Ace of Cups is about. We have 10 of Swords. Oh, yeah. So you're looking forward to change because you've had a really tough time of it. It's been really painful, incredibly painful. But with this pain, I feel like you have to overcome something. And what you have to overcome is your own energy and your own thoughts of like, I can't do this. I don't know why I'm doing it. Like you have to overcome those doubts. And once you overcome those doubts, I feel like you're going to be able to get across to the other side and you're going to receive this Ace of Cups, this wish fulfillment, this emotional fulfillment. But yeah, see like how she has so many butterflies, so much change, so much change. And these are going to be like lots of little changes, lots of little changes. It might not feel like a big change at first. It's going to feel like lots of little changes, and they might be very slow moving at first. What is this Knight of Swords energy for everyone? We have the Devil, Capricorn energy, Capricorn full moon. And then we have the Star. Whoa. Yeah. So remember how I said that like there's something that you've been kind of burning yourself out with your thoughts or your communication or your self-expression with overworking yourself. And I told you that you probably do something for work that involves reading, writing, and speaking. I would imagine a combination of those or something similar to that. Um, so you need to, there's something that you're tied to, something that you're bound to, which is like an unhealthy energy. Typically, the devil energy for me is like something like a vice or an obsession or an addiction, something like that, that you are, you know, you're kind of bound to this. So you're wanting to heal this with the star. And you're like, try, like, how do I heal this? We have Capricorn and Aquarius energy here, if that's relevant for you. But so So basically what I'm getting here is like things have been a burden for you. The reason they've been a burden is because you have conflicting thoughts about this. Like you have doubts, you have self-doubts, you're struggling in your thoughts. You're also struggling with the energy because you're like, why is this so burdensome? Like, why does this feel like work? Why does this feel so hard? Why am I always so tired? And the reason is because there's something here that you need to release. You're trying to heal this. Once you release this, you're going to start that healing process. So, and it's probably going to be a process, like I say, once you release this, but really like releasing something probably is going to be a process. It's going to be that process of healing, right? So I do feel like you're on the right track here. And there are good things to come with the star here, but um, you are still bound to something, which is why you're in this 10 of Wands. There's a, you know, whatever you're bound to, I feel like what you're bound to is either like an energetic thing. There's something energetic here. Like you're bound to gossip or judgments or assumptions of you, or you're bound to just simply your own thoughts, your own perceptions of something. That's kind of what I'm seeing, but just take it as it resonates. It could really be anything for you. And so, you know, this is ultimately like a healing process, but you're gonna have to like listen to your intuition for this. But I feel like that's been a burden for you. Um, and you're kind of confused about, you're like, how does my intuition go with my physical world stability? Well, it always does. It always, everything always goes together. So your intuition is going to support you in this. So that's why we have the moon here and the high priestess here, I think, because it's really, they're really trying to tell you that like whatever it is that you need to release, whatever it is you're bound to, your intuition's gonna like help you figure this out. What is this Ten of Cups here, please? For what is this Ten of Cups here for, please? We have the Six of Swords. So moving away from emotions that aren't serving you, moving away from, and your emotions and your thoughts are connected. So when you have like really troublesome emotions, your perceptions are going to, your thoughts are going to perceive those in a certain way. And this could be a way that you um, feel like you're stuck sometimes, but you want to move past this because you want this Ten of Cups energy. So I feel like, again, there's something you have to release. You're holding on. You gotta like, I feel like you're on the right track with your goals and everything that you've put into place. Like you put certain things into place for this to come to fruition, but you just gotta like let it go now. You can't like micromanage the process. I feel like somebody here is trying to like micromanage this process. We have the sun on the back. So, oh my gosh, it's like, here you go. This is gonna be your clarity. This is gonna be your like moment of kind of like reset. I feel like you have like kind of a reset moment this full moon in Capricorn. And look at this. Isn't this interesting? We have the sun and the moon on the back, and those are like polar opposites, right? And so we're in this doing this duality dance once again. We're doing this duality dance. I don't know if you guys can read that. Um, it says, seek balance amid the chaos and find harmony within yourself. So yeah, I do feel like there's a lot of chaos swirling with you. Let's read this other one. We have sculpture of self, shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perceptual act of forming and expressing identity. Yeah, so again, this is kind of like you're trying to figure out like who you are, if you're capable of this, which I would say the answer is most likely yes. It's just like you got to get past this energy, whatever this energy is that you are allowing to control. You got to take the magician's wand and be like, no, I am the person who gets to harness my own energy. And then listen to your intuition. This is crazy how this all like went together. Higher wisdom, explore options, learn what you can, and expand your horizons. And so I do see this similar to kind of like that Three of Wands. We got the Three of Wands here under this Death card. But it is also about listening to your intuition. I feel like there's still some things that you're going to have to research with this Knight of Swords. You see how we got like two newspapers? There's still things that you're going to like uncover or find out, things that need to be uncovered and found out. And it's going to bring peace. It's going to bring healing and harmony to your life. But it's just kind of getting through this part, this last little bit. Yeah, look, we have the Ace of Pentacles under the sun, and then what do we have under the moon? Page of Wands again. So yeah, there's a lot. This is just like a normal kind of growth process for somebody here. Um, really good. Really, I love this energy for you guys. Let's take some advice and then I will let you be on your way. It's really good energy for Capricorn full moon. And typically, I'm not really surprised too, because typically like the Capricorn full moon energy is going to be about that re positioning yourself kind of in your physical world or in your, the stability that you feel or perceive or have. So I am not super surprised by that. Let's take the Angels and Ancestors Oracle and we'll get some advice. Pretty straightforward message. Tough stuff, but it looks like somebody's almost to the end. I mean, I think we had like 3 10s in that reading and a few ones. We had a couple of ones, so I think you're almost about there. Ooh, we had Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Again, listen to your intuition. Yeah, they're like, "You gotta listen to your intuition with this." And that's like the defined feminine energy again, which typically intuition will embody divine feminine, but don't worry, we all have feminine and masculine energy. I'm not saying like you have to be a certain gender, whatever. Um, it's just everybody has all of the energy in them. Sometimes more come out, sometimes less come out. So what is the advice for everyone for this full moon in Capricorn for this reading? We have Protection Guardian, drop your shields. Yeah, somebody's a little bit defensive. We got that Seven of Wands in there. Somebody's a little bit defensive. Somebody's a little bit maybe resistant to this. So you need to kind of drop those defenses and you need to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Whenever I get the star too, which we got the star, I always see that card as kind of like, needing to kind of have that vulnerability, that really deeply secure with yourself kind of energy, because Aquarius energy is going to embody that like, you know, self self motivation, self sufficiency, that kind of thing. So really need to be self-sufficient at this time. Drop whatever defenses you have. She's saying don't have those defenses. And so because when you have the defenses, you're not going to be able to listen to that intuition. And that has been like a key component of this entire reading, is listening to that inner wisdom, that inner guidance. What else do we have? We have Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. I'm getting crown chakra and solar plexus chakra. So to me, that's saying like, you know, you are connected to the divine. That can be your higher self, that can be God, that can be universe, that can be whoever, like whatever it is that you believe in, it doesn't really matter. I don't care what you call it. But that's that part where like you feel like you have an inner knowing, an inner guide. You have somebody there to help you. And you do. And so it's having that like self-sufficiency. And this is almost like the magician energy too, the magic. We have magic, which is in the word magician. So, this is like you taking hold of that energy and really be like, yeah, I'm the creator of my life. I co-create with the universe. I co-create with God, with my higher self, whoever. And just really taking charge with this energy, because we had that Emperor card too, which is like taking charge, really needing to take charge. One more advice for everyone for this full moon. We have Sage, be devoted and committed. Again, higher wisdom. Sages are all about higher wisdom, higher self. It's getting through that darkness. It's learning how to overcome obstacles. It's releasing yourself. Like with that death card, it's releasing yourself. It's with the devil card, it's like releasing yourself from that bondage. And then we have Animal Guardian. Trust your instincts. Oh my goodness, I could not make this up. So somebody really, really, really is learning about cultivating their intuition, paying attention to that intuition, really having a good intuitive knowing, and really following that inner voice, that inner guidance. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you have a great full moon in Capricorn. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will talk to you guys later.